Have you ever had this experience? When you're engaged in a task, your mind becomes intensely focused, temporarily disregarding everything else around you, and time seems to slip away. Speaking of this state, it reminds me of a scene from an anime called Kuroko's Basketball. It tells the story of a group of passionate young boys playing basketball. In one episode, two prodigious players enter a state known as the zone. When they are in the zone, their basketball skills reach extraordinary heights. Their focus, reflexes, and speed soar beyond their usual abilities. However, the zone is not some magical transformation like turning into a Super Saiyan. Instead, it's more like a state where individuals can tap into their untapped potential and perform 90% or even 100% of their true abilities under certain conditions. It may sound overly dramatic, but it actually exists in reality. Even basketball legend Kobe Bryant once talked about experiencing the zone. Once in the zone, everything around him seemed to slow down, and he could spot the defensive weaknesses of his opponents clearly. Psychologists refer to this state as flow. Simply put, it's the optimal state where a person's mind and focus are pushed to the extreme. It may seem unbelievable, but today we'll explore what flow is, the outcomes it can produce, and how to enter this state of flow. The term flow was first introduced by Hungarian psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi in 1975. Throughout his studies, Csikszentmihalyi sought to uncover the reasons why many artists, musicians, and athletes could immerse themselves in a project with unwavering focus, free from boredom and anxiety. Moreover, they experienced a state of intrinsic motivation, completely absorbed in their work. What he discovered was that these driving forces couldn't be replaced by external rewards such as money, fame, or other material gains. The actual process of engaging in the work itself was the reward. But what does this mean? We can understand it through Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. Human needs can be categorized into 5 levels, as depicted in the chart above. Starting from the fundamental, physiological needs and culminating in the highest level of needs, self-actualization. Throughout the journey of self-actualization, Maslow discovered that people experienced a profound and almost mystical state. It could be an awe-inspiring moment that overwhelms all emotions, a fleeting sense of extreme happiness, or even a state of ecstatic bliss and joy. This closely resembles the concept of flow studied by Csikszentmihalyi. In essence, flow occurs when someone becomes fully absorbed or immersed in an activity, guided by an inner logic that directs their every move, temporarily forgetting everything around them. This state often unleashes astonishing creativity and brings a heightened sense of fulfillment. So, can we also experience flow? Csikszentmihalyi identified 8 characteristics of flow that can help determine if you've had a flow experience. First, the balance between challenge and skill. Mihaly suggests that flow arises when both the individual skill level and the difficulty of the challenge reach a certain threshold and are in a state of balance. If a person possesses high skill levels but engages in activities with low challenges, boredom and a lack of interest may arise. Conversely, if someone's skill level is low but the challenge is high, it can lead to anxiety. Similarly, when both the challenge and skill level are low, the experience becomes boring and unremarkable. It is only when there is a delicate balance, a perfect match between the challenge and one's skill level, that the state of flow can emerge. Second, the merging of action and awareness. Once the conditions of balancing skill and challenge are met, one's attention becomes fully engaged. During this state of complete absorption, actions unfold effortlessly, almost automatically. There is a seamless integration between the individual and their actions, creating a sense of smoothness and fluidity. Third, clear goals. Even though actions are performed effortlessly, there is a clear sense of purpose defined in the individual's mind. It is akin to a musician knowing the next note to play or an athlete understanding their next move. Clarity of goals guides their individual's actions, ensuring a cohesive and focused experience. Fourth, immediate feedback. With clear goals as a guiding force, one receives instant feedback throughout each time frame, informing them of their performance. whether good or bad. Taking the example of a painter, they may not know what the final artwork will look like, but as they progress, they gradually understand if it aligns with their desired outcome. In fact, their outcome itself is not the main focus. Rather, it is the feedback obtained along the way that creates a sense of accomplishment. It forms a pathway that reinforces the continuity of flow. Fifth, a sense of self-control. The sense of control means you know what you're doing, what you're about to do next, and how you are going to do it. Sometimes in life, we may feel uncertain, fear of failure, and constantly worry about things getting out of control. In flow, it's the complete opposite. As described by a chess player, I have a sense of happiness, feeling fully in control of my world. Sixth, losing self-consciousness. When fully immersed in the flow state, unrelated stimuli from the present moment are blocked out, and thoughts of the past or future naturally fade away. At this stage, one becomes so absorbed in the moment that minor physical discomforts and perceived flaws become inconsequential. The focus and concentration are directed solely towards the activity, leaving no room for the ego to influence our mindset. In this state, thoughts about oneself, performance, or others' perceptions are unlikely to arise. Any self-awareness that remains is entirely centered on the task at hand. Seventh, timelessness. In the flow state, one's perception of time becomes distorted. It feels as if entering a realm where time flows differently. Often, time is perceived to pass quickly, as hours can feel like minutes in this heightened state of engagement. Eighth, intrinsic motivation. In the state of flow, what drives us is our own inner motivation rather than external rewards. It's about finding joy in activity, where engaging in the activity itself becomes its own reward. For instance, whether you are swimming competitively, engaging in a workout routine, or simply enjoying a playful time in the pool, the joy of the experience is what matters most. Csikszentmihalyi refers to this as an autotelic experience. After all that discussion, I know what you're really curious about is how to actually get into the flow state. Well, the good news is, entering flow isn't some magical occurrence that happens randomly. It's something you can achieve by creating the right environment. And guess what? You already have some understanding of it based on what we've talked about. To make it even easier, I've simplified and organized 5 conditions and steps to help you enter the flow state. First step, set clear goals. You need a clear idea of what you want to accomplish, and it's best to choose something that genuinely interests you. With enthusiasm and a specific goal in mind, you will be more inclined to invest yourself in the task at hand. Let's take basketball as an example. Set a specific goal like shooting 100% accuracy on 3-pointers. The second step is to possess a sense of control. Before practicing your 3-point shooting, it's important to already have a good grasp of shooting 3-pointers. You should understand the proper shooting technique and have a level of skill that matches the challenge you're facing. Only by finding the right balance between your skills and the challenge is the key to enter the flow state. That's why it's often easier for experienced individuals to achieve flow. If you don't possess the necessary skills yet, it's advisable to work on improving them. You need enough skill to know what you are doing and be able to take on small new challenges. The third step is to break it down into manageable tasks. It's not possible to achieve 100% accuracy in a single practice session, so you need to break down your goal into smaller objectives. For example, start with the goal of making 3 consecutive shots. Once you achieve this mini goal, you can increase the challenge by aiming for 5 consecutive shots. By continuously setting and accomplishing these smaller objectives, with clear goals and immediate feedback, you will establish an invisible path that keeps you moving forward. The fourth step is to eliminate distractions and fully immerse yourself. The main characteristic of flow is deep immersion, and distractions are its greatest enemy. Put your phone on silent mode. Take care of any important tasks beforehand, and block or address anything that may interfere with your focus. Make a firm commitment to be fully present in the moment. The fifth step is to embrace the present and let go of self-consciousness. If you have fulfilled the previous 4 steps and conditions, You're almost ready to enter the flow state. The final step is to make yourself disappear. Not physically but mentally. Even when you have eliminated all external distractions, your own thoughts and self-reflection can still disrupt your focus. Thoughts like, "Oh, why didn't that shot go in? Hey, that was a good shot earlier. What will happen if I continue practicing like this?" can all undermine the concentration you have built, preventing you from achieving the flow state. Certainly, the flow state can happen in many areas of life, like reading, having conversations, researching, and more. But let's be real, creating flow isn't a walk in the park. It takes practice and experience. Yet, the rewards of flow extend far beyond being productive. Researchers have found that during flow, the brain releases feel-good hormones like dopamine, leading to happiness and contentment. So, it's worth the effort to pursue the flow state and reap its benefits. Now, think about it. When it comes to meeting the conditions we discussed earlier, there's something that might have caught your attention. Playing games. Games have it all figured out. They have clear objectives, like taking down that final boss. But before you get there, they give you smaller tasks to tackle. Plus, the challenges match your skill level. And as you progress, you earn rewards and receive feedback. It's no wonder games have this captivating power to draw us in. They are designed to keep us in the flow. So, why not harness the potential of games and apply it to other areas of our lives? Let's seize each moment as an opportunity to play, thrive, and experience the exhilaration of living in the flow. May the flow be with you.